It's just a string of perfect days that will give you a perfect life.
I feel like much of what you're saying is there's another book that I read. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics, where you're shifting your identity. And to order to become a new person, you have to shift into that version that you want yourself to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Like your 1.0 old self is like you down in the dumps, negative mindset, negative self-talk, negative view of the world. Like that's just a view of character right then and there. So those are actually problems right there, but they're gifts. And if you say, you know, I'm not going to let this define you, that's a defining moment. And then you say, you know what? I'm gonna bust out a whole bunch of push-ups right now. Now you just elevated your state or springboard back up is what I call it. And then everything is clear now because the pump is secure. So now you're letting more blood flow, especially enter your head. And then you're like, oh, now I'm good. I'm like, now I want to go do this. Now I want to go do that. You know, you just got yourself out of like, I can't do it or I'm tired or da, 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 da. I'm like that's just your self-talk in that moment. There was certain events that led up to that low frequency state that made you feel that certain way. And honestly, in that moment, you're also being selfish because you're making it about you. Why don't you go and make it about the world? Why don't you make it about your purpose? Purpose is to go and help others, right? So why don't you say, okay, I'm going to go and hit this workout right now, and then I'm going to go and help somebody today. So you don't make it about yourself. I can't. Why is it always I? Stop making it about I. Make it about the world. That was me for so long. I was like, there were so many days, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. There's no sales coming through. Nope, it's not about you. Stop making it about you, Nick. Make it about, go make your content. Go make it for the world. Go make some. And then I, like all the pain that I was feeling, like physically even, it all just went away. And then especially just on the mental portion too. Because then the soul takes over. So it's just again a limiting belief and mindset and the self talk because you're in that low frequency state.
How does your spiritual development play in the role of all of this?
Oh, that's what I teach is like mind, body, soul connection. That's all my program is. But when you have all three connected, everything is working internally and externally together because you're in the best shape of your life. You're the most jacked, the most ripped. I've done 2 successful cuts and reverses, and I felt so aligned because everything was connected in one, the mind, body, and soul. But then there's times I've noticed where I just have the mind and body, like as of recently, and I'm like, oh, there's certain things that, oh, that I slipped through the cracks of one thing, let's say, right? Mindset, it was negative here. My body's good. I'm like, all right, I worked out. I'm like, I hear my consciousness telling me what to do, but my self talk is off. So then it threw like a couple of other things off. So it was a clear indication where everything just felt off. So, especially as you get exposed to this life and this lifestyle, you can't go unexposed. Like, that's the thing is that some people are not even at that level and they won't even take that extra step. Like, do something about it. You know, that's conscious, like, come on, come on. It'll keep like telling you again, you know, especially when you're in those low states.
What do you teach your clients when it comes to that and ingraining that mentality?
I'll just give like the simple things to them to go out and apply. And then they got to want it though. One, it's going to be intense on purpose to push you to the maximum potential because that's what I see in myself. So that's what I'm going to give for my guys in my coaching. That's what I'm doing subconsciously with everybody that comes in, which people don't even realize. And then on top of that, like I do my weekly check-ins, so like their photos and their weight, and be like, all right, we lost 2 pounds. On top of that is the group calls. So they have the accountability. I also have a group as well. Got like 15 guys in there. It's also the motion or the movement and the action of what I do on my end. And then also the energy, because that's what all this is. Just come in, unlearn everything, drop your go, and just be like, okay, to be like Nick, the way that he is where I want to be. Like that's how it is. That's how you're gonna get the results. And to stay consistent, you got to be around me. You got to be at the calls. You got to be in the group. You got to stay active. You can't just go ghost. You know. So like that's the difference. It's one of my elite clients. He's been on the program for a while. He's been like wobbly back and forth. He's gotten some results. He had a lot of just baggage from toxic people in his life. Just went through a breakup with his ex. He had a shot this past November to say, I'm done with her. I'm not dating. I'm just going to focus, purpose. And every single day since, like it was like 2 weeks ago, He's like, blah, 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 macros every single day, still working out. Like that was his turning point finally to say, I'm done. I can't take this. And what's made him realize was a big thing too, that all that happened and told him, okay, this is not what I want in a woman.
Hey guys, I would like to take a moment to introduce you to our app, Yoga Plus. You will have access to an incredible selection of videos led by top instructors in yoga, fitness, nutrition, and so much more. Download our Yoga Plus app available on iOS and Android today.